because it's awesome.
Well, it sounds all very complicated to me. That's why I just play them. I don't ever try making them.
Generally, when I do my mission reviews, like I'm reviewing a gentleman's mission, obviously not right at this second, but it starts out, it's got a really good premise, but nowhere in his description or grant dialogue or anywhere for that matter does he tell you where the mission starts. So I send him an email asking him to, fix that, and then I'll continue. I mean, I'm not going to be mean about it,
Right. Well, that makes for a very short mission.
Yeah, pretty much. But generally, I think anybody who's ever read any of my reviews knows that I don't try to be mean to people. I've seen some of the crap that goes on the Stowe review system. It's like, really? You're just a jerk, right?
Yeah, because, well, when I do it, it's because they're just watching me play. It's not hard criticisms or, anything like that. Generally, if there's been problems, they've just seen it in my frustration of doing the mission, so I didn't really have to comment. So I've actually had a couple authors, thank me for playing through it so they could see firsthand what was going on or what was wrong or broken with their missions. So, yeah, you don't have to be a jerk to give someone some good feedback so they can improve. So that just doesn't make sense that people would do that,
Yep.
It's not like you're getting paid for this that I know of. This is a labor of love.
I'm not.
Yeah, it's a labor
I wish I was.
Yeah, I know. I'm still waiting on that person to win a lottery and say, hey, I like what you do. Here's money. I'll pay you to do this. But,
That'd be nice.
Yeah, but it's all fan supported, It kind of makes you want to say, well, show me your mission,
Right.
Where's your work that you want to come and be a troll on mine?
Right. Do you, so you accompany the author, or let the author accompany you on the mission?
Actually, no. No, I don't. And I think it's a good idea, especially I'm going to have to now when I found out that some of these missions are level specific. I didn't know, so I'd probably have to team up with them just to run it. But when I first started running through them, I wanted to do it completely from a player perspective without any input. And, then I just bring my viewers along and we'll run through it together. So this will be the first time I've gone through with an author of content.
Cool. Yeah, I generally won't, when I do my in-depth mission reviews, I've had a few authors ask if they could accompany me, and I generally try to avoid that because it can, I don't want to be rushed through the mission too. I want to look at everything,
Right.
And when I do an in-depth eval, I like looking at everything, so. In this one, I'll just keep my mouth shut.
Yeah, don't spoil it for us. Let me struggle.
So how's things going on your end, Galactrix?
I'm trying to figure out why I'm getting audio distortion. Because basically, I can't hear any of you without you all sounding like the Borg.
Oh, you will be assimilated?
Resistance is futile. Lower your shields and prepare to be boarded. Your cultural and technological distinctness will be added to our own.
Well, I feel sorry for them if they're trying to get me in that.
Sounds normal now, but the thing is, it keeps, for no reason I can see, just switching back and forth between distorted and not distorted. Let me just fiddle around a bit more.
You know, I kept reading on some websites. They said that getting that Galer class ship out of those lock boxes would be real difficult. So it was just a big money sink that Cryptic put out. But boy, that thing is getting picked up all the time.
Mm. I wish they would just remove the notice, because I'm very happy for those people, but ultimately I don't care.
Right.
Well, you can go and turn the notice, the fly notice off in the options now.
I've tried that.
Yeah, enable gameplay announcement flybys.
Let's see.
On or off.
There it is.
Is that on the
That's on the
chat?
basic.
Basic.
It's like number 2 in the list there for basic.
Ah.
Oh, I didn't know they had a difficulty option. Oh, I was looking for easy. Apparently there's no easy mode yet.
Well, the whole game on normal is pretty easy.
Yeah, actually I found it is surprisingly well balanced on normal. I mean, you know, if you go someplace you definitely should not go, they'll let you know. But if you just play through it and do the missions in order that they're given to you, it goes really well.
Yeah, it's pretty balanced.
Well, you can't play normal missions that aren't leveled to you, and you have to meet some basic level requirement to unlock some of them.
I just know I've flown into, well, when I first started, a long time ago, I just wanted to explore the game like most folks, so I took my, you know, the very first ship that I had, and I just started hitting all the different sector zones I could, and I would get into the random space fights. So it wasn't so much the missions, it was just finding the random space fights in the, you know, higher Klingon areas and whatnot, and that they definitely let me know I shouldn't have been there. Or like if you hopped in and there was a much higher level person in there already, so everything spawned at a higher level than you.
Well, those spawned at a level of the instance, so that you're expected to be in that instance. So
right. So if I went to the
captain
wrong
mobs
spot,
in the Bajoran Cardassian region, Romulan, Riemann, and you know, Rojan. Now, speaking of Romulan and Romulan zones, is it just me, or is the Federation far more Romulan than the actual Romulans? In most of it, the missions are all, you know, you being sneaky or...
Well, a little bit. I can see that.
Section 31 guy, there's strike teams being sent to Rattle 3, you know.
do you think they'll even...
We do kind of screw with people.
Do you think they'll ever have Romulan as a playable race? Make that like another faction like Klingon?
Probably eventually. A few years down the track, though.
So do we sound like the Borg still?
Sometimes it's cutting in and out. I mean, you sound normal now, but just a second ago it was distorted again. I don't know what's causing it. I keep trying to open and close programs, just to see if it's my, CPU or something. Some weeks we don't have any problems at all, but other weeks it just keeps on going on and off.
Hmm.
I mean, we're live now. I mean, do you want me to put you on the sound, the speakers? I mean, right now they can't hear you, but I could flip a switch and then they will be able to hear you.
Oh, so it sounds like you're talking to yourself?
No, they can't hear me either.
Oh. I didn't realize we were live. I'll shut up then.
Yeah, they should be able to see me running. They should be able to see me running around.
So I'm just adding you to the Team Galactrix.
Okay, there you go. It started going distorted again. I can't control when it does it and when it doesn't.
Oops, I used the portable shard generator. I was planning on using the party popper, but I had the generator equipped. Whoops.
Is that like a toy you can get?
That was, you could have got that during the second year anniversary of the party. And there was another one, an explosive party popper for the first year.
Well, I got all the party poppers, but I didn't know there was something that made you invisible. I must have missed that.
Oh, that was in Old Bajor. You could get it as a quest reward for that.
Well, here's a question for you. How do I use my emotes, my Rathacon no emote or the Bloodwine toast emote? Any ideas?
You can either type /emote Khan. It'll come up for you.
Oh, I see it. Automatically.
Or there's, that group of people next to the chat box.
Yeah.
There's an emote thing that you can go to a pull-down list and select from that.
Haha. Yeah, I've never really taken the time to play with emotes and whatnot, but I have quite a few.
You type
I'm going to try restarting
and then
Skype. Hold on.
There we go. Oh, now I feel cool. I've had these for a couple of years and I've never used them, and so first time there.
Well, I think Electric's just crashed.
Who's Redwood?
That's Electric's.
Oh, okay. Nice dance.
Yeah, see, that's a problem with games. If they put emotes, I like to try them out sometimes, so you can thank the makers of Star Trek for that.
I think it's fun when Q is in the front room here and you can get up on top of him and dance.
There we go. Let me do a little mix there. Shake my money maker.
Alright.
So what do you do on your weekends? Well, let me tell you. Sit around with a bunch of older guys and we just kind of make our avatars dance on the Earth Space Station. And then I go back.
It just sounds so lame when you say that.
Right, You know.
I go around killing Klingons with my Federation character, killing Federation with my Klingon character.
Well, see, I mean, when you put it that way, that sounds kind of cool, but, you know.
Well, to us.
Yeah, you know. I don't know. I'm a little more low-key, you know. Oh, well, I practice my Athicon no emote, and...
So, hello.
Welcome back.
Yep, I had to restart Skype and now all the audio's fixed. So, I guess it was Skype.
So you're still, from live stream 90.03, loading into space box, so...
Oh, man, and they gave me a broken tricorder emote. Oh, that's awesome.
Okay. For some reason my emote wasn't the right emote for that. Okay, there we go.
There you go.
Let's do some data entry, yes.
I like a game where my avatar is in way better shape than me. That's...
No, I was going to see if you could lift me up, but that
I know,
didn't
I was
quite
surprised.
work.
Okay, so you're trying to sit on me now? Is that... Are we there? We've just met and we're already there, huh? Yeah, have a seat. Oh,
Okay, I'm going to try and put you guys on. Okay, testing.
You sound
Anyone
fine to
see
me.
anything?
I hear you.
I can hear you.
Can anybody in live stream hear you?
Yep, Tears and Terry both hear us.
Excellent. Okay, so I'll find you guys and then we can start the show.
We're in instance number 14 currently.
Oh, I thought you were just going to make them find us. Start all the way at instance 1. You know, I had to admit, like, I don't know anybody, I haven't met, like, a group of role players for Star Trek, but for people who role play, this game actually has such great potential that, you know, this is really the first time I've played with the emotes, but with the emotes, and now they got the ship interiors, I mean, this is just phenomenal.
Yeah.
Alright, so are we ready to start, Galactrix?
Yep, hold on, let me just test everything's running. Seems to be. I'm going to try doing something. Let me just get ready, hold on.
Yeah, we did all this talking about getting ready, and I haven't even picked up the quest yet. I guess I should probably do that. Alright. Okay, which one are we doing again?
Contamination.
Contamination. Alright, let me find that real quick. Oh, well, wait a minute. If I didn't join your group at the right level, is it going to let me find it on the list? Is this a lower level one?
If we've got it, you should be able to do it as well, no matter what.
Okay. And I found it. So we'll take that. Or, have you guys already read the intro to it? Have you picked it up, or are we going to do that together?
No, we're going to do that on the show. So okay. In a moment, I'm playing the intro right now. So I'm just about to say hello, and then Bazag will read the intro for us.
Awesome.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Broadcast UGC. This is episode 22, and I'm Galactrix, and I'm here with my co-host Bazag.
Hello, everyone.
And we've also got a couple of guests this week. We've got Jadrian.
Hello.
Say hello.
How's it going?
And we've got Evil 70 is with us because we are playing his mission tonight. We are playing Contamination.
Hello.
So, would you like to just give us a brief description, Jadrian, about what you do?
Sure. Yeah, it's not much. Basically, what I'll do is I'll run through a player or an author, generated mission in the Foundry. And what I like to do is I just like to bring along the folks who come and watch, the viewers. And as we get to different dialogue trees, I'll just ask the audience where they would like us to go and what options to pick. I usually do this without bringing the author, so it's just kind of me seeing it, just us and my group of folks unadulterated, and we just kind of run through it, see what we can break, what kind of fun we can have with it. And we'll take hour and a half playing through these missions. And it's just a kind of a group experience when we do it, even though it's just me playing through it solo.
Yeah, that's similar to what we try here, except we do try to bring the author on, just so they can experience with us.
I hadn't thought of doing that, so I tried to cover it up with my own. Yeah, but really, I just didn't think. I was like, oh, that's actually kind of a smart thing, but no, I just hadn't thought of it.
Alright, well, let's get started with the mission. The mission, as Galactic said, is Contamination by Evil 70. Captain Dr. Clausen of the Gavin 4 Anthropological Study has decided to interfere in the pre-warp culture on the planet and must be stopped. Admiral Quinn has recommended you to help Dr. Joanne Marbles, Director of Anthropology, Federation Science Directorate, in resolving this incident. Please report to the lower level ESD for a briefing.
Okay, so do we go through here?
Yeah, I'll also do the Grant Dival mission. Captain, Admiral Quinn has requested your presence at a briefing here on Earth Space Dock as soon as possible. Dr. Joanne Marbles, Director of the Federation Anthropology Department, is waiting for you in the conference room. Yep, so we take the turbo lift and then head to the right.
Okay, excellent. You guys take the turbo lift. I'll be down there in a minute. Yeah, I'm trying to find an alternate turbo lift because I got stuck in that turbo lift before.
Oh. Cancel out for now. I think
I got stuck.
Yeah. Can you head back to main level of ESD?
Yeah.
Back up.
Let's see here if I can.
So you guys got stuck?
No, just Adrian got stuck.
Yeah, leave it to me to mess something up. All right.
No, it's that turbo lift. It's dodgy. I got stuck on it in a previous mission. That's why I went down a different turbo lift.
I should have done that. Yeah, it's not letting me right-click on it. Maybe I gotta go up to my ship and come back.
Yeah, and beam up back up to this.
Well, let's see if we can get this right. All right, let's beam up. I'll be back.
So there's different turbo lifts scattered around each of the cardinal directions on Earth Space Dock.
So even in the future, our stuff is made by the lowest bidder. That's great. Okay, we're coming back here. Okay.
Yeah, try going past the 47 and recommendations would be one around
Okay.
So I just asked in the chat room if anyone else has played this mission before, and it looks like they haven't. So we're going to be surprised tonight.
Okay, well, I see Club 47. You said there's one in here?
Yeah, no, well, there's, in the, direct west,
I see it.
there's that little, square around. There should be one around there somewhere. So we can see Jadrian Rand moving on the map.
Oh, yeah, okay. Who's this? Oh, I'll just go that way. Alright.
But we're underneath you, so...
Oh, is that why I see you? Oh.
Yeah.
So, let's see here.
So where are you now?
I'm lost. Let's see. Okay, I'm by the, Club 47. I'm right between going to the bank and to the Club 47.
Okay, there should be that square circle thing, square lap thing you can do in just the corridor.
Yeah, I'm coming around.
Between them.
Here it is.
Go around there. There
on
should
the back
be
side. I found her.
On the back side, yeah.
Okay. There it is. That's better.
Oh, I got stuck now as well. Tried to go up to help him, and now I'm stuck in this tower.
That's what you get for helping.
Let's just try and do the mission, and you should be able to...
Yeah, you should be able to zone with us, so you just, hopefully, let me out of this thing. I'm stuck in between the doors this time. So I guess it's just not that, I guess it's not any particular turbo lift that's bugged on this thing. It seems to be all of them on ESD have a random chance of sticking you half in a door.
Alright, well I'll go to where Ben's pointing.
Oops. I left accidentally.
You went through a turbo lift as well.
Oh. Should I go in the conference room, or do you want me to wait outside the conference room?
Just wait.
No, go in the conference room.
Just go get back in.
See if you can drag us all in.
Okay, you should be able to head in now.
Alright, let's see what happens. Oh, he doesn't look happy to see me. Should I cancel the away team or accept the list here?
Accept it.
Okay. Let's see who comes in.
It's a shame devs don't watch this bit, because we get stuck all the time in these turbo lifts, and if they knew, then maybe they could fix it.
That must be a low on the priority list.
No, it's odd though. It's a very intermittent thing. You know, it's not. I mean, three out of 4 of us went down there fine, but
right. There we are. Oh. It's a very small conference room. I thought it would have had more seats.
There's a guy here. You want to talk to him?
Yeah, it's a mission to talk to him. Objective.
Okay. He says, Captain, the director is expecting you. Please go right in.
You should have done it with a Vulcan voice.
Yeah, I only noticed ears afterwards. So what do you think of this conference room then?
Okay.
Huge table.
That looks more like it.
I'm going to be sitting down here.
Oh. Well, let's see if I can make this work. Find an appropriate sit emote here.
Sit stool is a bit too high.
Maybe sit chair. Well, could be worse.
Okay, let's talk to this woman, Joanne Marbles.
I suppose I better do it. My dear Captain, so nice of you to join us. I appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule to meet with us.
My pleasure.
Captain, shall we get down to the briefing?
Of course, ma'am.
Please, Captain, call me Joanne.
Yes, ma'am.
This is my doctor, Lopak. Sorry, this is my deputy doctor, Lopak.
The options are either sir or I got lots of important people skip the intro. So you can skip the intro to all of these characters.
Oh no.
Now let's go through them.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's see them all.
Okay. I was just going to ask Ethan Seventh, is this one of the things you added in after you got some bits from Pendra?
Well, no, I had that from the beginning. I've been adding skip dialogue for a while, especially when I have longer dialogue sections.
Okay, let's see who else is at the table.
Okay, do you want to, Jadron, try to do this?
Sure.
Do this one?
Sure. So, let's see, I clicked it. So I got, Captain, thank you for agreeing to help us.
Of course. This is the chairman of the Science Committee, Federation Council, Mr. Iane.
Sir?
Oh, hold on, I gotta do my Andorran voice. Captain, it's a pleasure!
Okay.
This is Captain Nicole Kimball, Military Liaison for the Federation Council.
Oh, gee, okay, hold on. Captain, thanks for taking the time to help out. That's my female officer.
Sounds very much like the Andorian.
Hey, I'm not paid to make voices, alright, so just...
And he's last.
This is Science Committee member, Federation Council, Mr. Tarsus.
Ooh, oh, I got one for this one. Captain, always a pleasure to meet a member of Starfleet.
Thank you, sir.
Easy there, Councilman. It's the captain were to stop suddenly.
I never stop suddenly when politicians are around.
Yes, a rather interesting insinuation.
I thought so.
Dr. Lopak will bring us up to speed on the situation.
Oh, who was doing the Vulcan? Was that me?
I think you're doing all of them.
Oh, I was doing them all. So hard with so many voices. I can do these. All right. Thank you, Joanne. 2 weeks ago, Dr. George Clausen, an anthropologist assigned to monitor one of several duck blinds on Gavin 4, disappeared.
Duck blind, or please get to the point. Which option?
If I may, if you skip dialogue, it'll take you to a summary of what you need to know, and skip all the dialogue, which of course means you miss everything I wrote, but that's okay.
Well, I think...
What was your preference?
I don't mind reading them. Give a good...
Yeah, I don't mind reading through it all, because, yeah, we're here to see what you've got.
You know, it's how we find the typos. Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, duck blind.
A term taken from various Earth dialects referring to a means of hiding observers of foul.
I see, so someone fouled up.
Being the Vulcan that I am, I don't understand your Earth reasonings, but I do not believe you understand the use of the term in this instance.
Please go on.
Oh, I ad-libbed it. I'm sorry.
Lopak, I suspect the dear captain is pulling your leg.
Ah, that's what I feel. My legs do not appear to be affected. Oh, that was close.
It was a joke, Doctor.
Ah, humor. Thank you, Captain. I am still trying to grasp the subtlety of humor.
So,
I gave options throughout the
continue.
dialogue for people to be able to skip it if they got tired or if they felt what I was writing was tedious.
So if we skip this dialogue, does it skip all the rest of the dialogues, or just
Yes,
get
it
to the
takes
end
you
of this
down to the
block of
summary.
conversation?
It
So-
takes you to the summary of this.
So,
So if we
continue.
don't skip dialogue, if we continue, does it go around the table with each person giving more stuff, or is this the only guy that talks?
There will be more stuff from other people around the table if you takes practice.
So I think Bazag wants to continue on with the.
Well, at least for one more. If we
Let's go. Takes practice.
Okay. Thank you, Captain. The anthropology team that is studying the inhabitants of Gavin 4 found that Felticarian people to be quite inquisitive and aggressive as a species.
not always a good combination.
Trying to pronounce those names.
Yeah, sometimes that's when I cough. Indeed, the anthropology team has been studying the people for over 25 years now. Research indicates that they have already established basic spaceflight and were within 50 years of establishing a permanent living presence in space when war broke out between the Fikara and the Tikari on stardate 60147.5. There was no commas, sorry. Oh, my wife is here and she just made a comment, yeah. The Feria joined the war against the Fikara shortly after that. Dr. Clausen has been working on the project now for 10.24 years. He had been noting in his log the war seemed to be reaching an end as both sides began to negotiate for peace, as neither faction could seem to overwhelm the other in any significant way. Apparently, this changed 3.15 months ago when the Fikara gained a distinct advantage over the Tikari. Dr. Clausen noted in several of his log entries the Fikara had made a major, yet unprecedented advancement in energy weapons technology, giving them a significant advantage over the Tikari.
What type of energy weapons technology?
The sensor logs from one of the duct blinds indicate it is similar to the disruptor technology used by the Klingons.
The Klingons?
I said the technology was similar to that used by the Klingons.
Klingons don't simply provide technology.
Correct, Captain. The Klingons would be more likely to invade and take what they wish.
So where does Clausen fit into this?
Based on several of his personal and professional log entries, he became obsessed with leveling the playing field. His belief was if the two sides could be brought back to equal footing, a peace treaty would be the only viable alternative.
You can't put the genie back in the bottle.
I beg your pardon, Captain. What does a mythical Earth creature have to do with this? Is this another joke, perhaps?
Not exactly.
Dr. Lopak, the Captain is referring to being unable to undo what has already been done.
Correct. Or, wow, I'm so sorry I asked. Skip dialogue. Is this a good point to exit?
There's more banter back and forth, a little more in-depth explanation of what's going to be expected in the mission, if you go with correct.
What do you think, Baz?
If this is going to be the last one, I think we can do it. What do you guys think? Serb just joined us, and Terry's AFK, but still watching apparently.
So what do you want to say, correct, or let's move on?
Well, I'm good. Either way.
Oh,
okay, do
Terry's
it.
Here.
Do it.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Okay,
Correct.
do it.
Do it. Do the correct option.
Yep.
Okay.
Correct.
Correct. Ah, I see. At first glance, the logs do seem to indicate his attempts to try and find where the contamination came from. He suspected a direct Klingon link at first, but eliminated it for the same reasons you mentioned earlier.
Seems like a smart guy.
He was able to alleviate direct Klingon influence over one of the factions. As he moved forward, he decided the next step was to covertly provide limited technological information to bring the other faction up to an equal level.
A logical response. If you're not logical.
If one is not logical, how could one be logical?
Exactly.
Exactly. Fascinating. Your wit seems quite keen. Do you have any Vulcan in your lineage?
Apologies for involving that.
Okay.
I guess it doesn't do a facial recognition yet.
Yeah, that's one I want to add to the fact. I want them to add some kind of way for them to distinguish what race you are, because that would make it a lot more interactive. What do you think?
And welcome, Gingerbread, to the channel.
Ah, Gingerbread. Hi. Seems to be more people coming on now. So my cousin was twice removed from a Vulcan embassy. Okay.
Let's see.
Admiral Quinn said you had a sharp wit, but a good grasp of command.
2, so limited technology.
It appears that Dr. Clausen felt he could covertly leave a piece of technology where the Felticarian would find it. That attempt failed when the Felticarian who found the weapon the doctor had left accidentally vaporized himself and the weapon with him. According to Dr. Clausen's last entry in the log, he decided to try a more proactive approach. That was the last time he was seen.
You think he's trying a more direct approach?
Captain, as you can tell, the ramifications of any Federation technology falling into the hands of an underdeveloped alien species is bad enough, let alone direct assistance from a Federation scientist.
Sure, but he's an anthro something or other.
I see we went to the same school. Anthropologist. Dr. Clausen also has a doctorate in biology and a master's in chemistry.
So he's a smart guy, or let's skip the dialogue. Did we say that that was the last one? That we should...
Yeah, let's get going. I'm not sure how long you guys have, but...
Okay, wow, sorry, skip dialogue.
Oh, she's angry.
Yeah.
Fine. First, you must determine if there was any covert involvement of any outside entities in the sudden technological advancement of the Fakara on faction on Gavin 4. Second, you need to determine the whereabouts of Dr. Clausen, and if he has made the situation worse by aiding the Takari faction in any way. Third, you have to determine the extent of the contamination and the best course of action in resolving this matter. Dr. Lopak has uploaded all the information we have on the situation to your ship's computer. Please keep us posted on the progress of your investigation.
Got it. Plots bore me. Actually, it doesn't bore me. I love plots. So far we've got... we found out that contamination is cultural contamination then? Because I was wondering what the title, from the title of the mission, what it was about.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Sort of plays back to that TOS episode where the Klingons, advanced, gave weaponry, like flintlock ball, guns to primitive people. So this is basically the 20th century version of it.
So we're off to save the universe again, Captain?
So it would seem. Do one of you guys want to do this one?
Yeah, to the Captain, we've received the files from Dr. Lopak. We're ready to get underway as soon as you and the senior staff are on board.
Now, lock on and beam us up. Captain, we've got a lock on you on the away team.
Looks like we can accept and all go at the same time here.
Yep, that's how it works.
Nice.
I see everyone in the chat room is talking about the amazing prison set from yesterday's feature episode. I just played that today. I thought it was awesome. I'm not going to give spoilers, don't worry.
You get to meet someone you've already seen.
Okay, so we've arrived in space and we've got a lovely warp effect going on here.
This is the east-west one.
Yes.
I really like this one. Because we've seen quite a few over the course of the weeks we've played different missions. And I noticed on a previous mission that the lines were going backwards. So this week they seem to be going the right way.
Yeah, I mean, there's only two directions you can really go, from east to west or from south to north. And if you got the south to north one, there's a bit of a streaks going in the opposite direction as well around the outside. So if you do the north-south, you really have to go at full impulse to get the full proper warp effect. Because if you're going at full impulse, then it looks
then it works.
Then
but
it
if
works.
you stop, then they look like they're going back. Yeah, I've seen that one. But this one seems to work when you're still, so that's pretty cool. Because we're not moving, really. So do not engage impulse until you reach database complete or selected skip info. Okay? So we've got a couple of options here. Gavin 4, Dr. Clausen, Dr. Bennett, or thanks. Just tell me what I need. Skip dialogue.
Let's go through one at a time.
Okay, Gavin 4.
Let's go through one at a time. Gavin 4
Gavin?
is known by its inhabitants as Feltikar. Feltikar is divided into 6 major continents and several islands. There are 250 separate governmental organizations similar to the country structures on Earth of the mid-20th and early 21st centuries. Most of these countries are industrialized and have a variety of governmental organizations. However, there are 4 major factions on the planet. The Tikari have a republic form of government with various sub-factions within them. The Elefara have a constitutional monarchy with various sub-factions within them. The Kinia have a communist form of government with virtually no sub-factions within them. The Thakara have a national socialist form of government. These major factions have all established a satellite presence in orbit of the planet. This gives them long-distance communications capability to include a global network. The Thakara have several restricted access. The Thakara has severely restricted access to global network by their people. So the Thakara are like a bit like combination of China and Nazi Germany.
Yes.
Currently, dialogue here.
Yeah, the Tikara and the Elefari have been at war with the Thakara for 5 years, commencing on stardate 60147.5. The Kinia try to remain out of the war, but are being drawn into the conflict by incursions from the Thakara. Over the last year, the Thakara have lost more than 15 separate battles. The war seemed to be turning towards the Tikari and the Alafara, with the Kinia being drawn into the war on the side of the Tikari and Alafari. It seemed the Fakara would lose the war. In an engagement 2 months ago, the Fakara used a new energy weapon on the battlefield near a Kinia town. The Fakara engaged a division of Kinia troops and annihilated them. Prior to the use of this weapon in that battle, there was no indication of that type of technology even being under development on Celticar.
Okay, the remaining options are Dr. Clausen and Dr. Bennett. So do we want to find out more about these guys? Or?
Well, do we know much about Dr. Bennett? Dr. Clausen's the guy that's who we're going to investigate. What do we need to know about Dr. Bennett?
Okay, let's click on Dr. Bennett and find out. Do you want me to read this one, Bazag?
Yeah, you can if you want to.
Okay. Dr. Bennett was born stardate 13147.5 on Bajor to unknown parents who were presumed to have been killed by Cardassian true-wave forces. Dr. Bennett was adopted by Mark and Victoria Bennett on stardate 15147.5. They lived and raised her in Los Angeles, California, Earth. She attended Northridge High School, graduating at the top of her class on stardate 25147.5 early. I just noticed there's a lot of 147.5s on these days. All of them. Fascinating. She attended Berkeley at the age of 15 and achieved her doctorate in anthropology. Work history, professor of anthropology at the Institute of Technical and Educational Advancement of Bajor. Federation Science Director at Anthropology, studying ancient Klingon ruins in the Other System. And Science Director at Anthropology, lead anthropologist assigned to Gavin 4 research project, commencing on stardate 44147.5 to be current. And then we've got Dr. Clausen left behind. So should we just go through this one then?
Sure.
Because it's the last one.
Yeah. Last one might as well. I'll go ahead and do Dr.
So
Clausen.
who's going to read this?
I can do that one. Alright, so Dr. Clausen was born stardate 15792.2 to John and Evelyn Clausen in Bradbury City, Mars. His IQ at the age of 12 was measured at 180. Attended Lindstrom Academy for Higher Education, Stuttgart, Germany. Earth, where he graduated on stardate 28792.2 at the top of his class. He went on to college at Cambridge in England. Earth, where on stardate 33792.2 he obtained a doctorate in anthropology and biology. He continued his studies at Berkeley, California. Earth, where on stardate 35792.2 he obtained a master's degree in chemistry. Work history, biology professor at Cambridge until stardate 40792.2. Federation Science Director at Anthropology, studying ancient ruins on a variety of worlds through stardate 45792.2. Federation Science Director at Anthropology, Project Gavin 4. Velticarian, commencing on stardate 46792.2 to current. Now see, if I wasn't so paranoid, I would say that the similar ending star dates is like a clue needed for something later on.
Actually, it's a glitch, I think, that was in the star date generator I was using.
Oh, okay. I was starting to read more into it. I was actually about to get a piece of paper out and, like, you know, okay, 792 for
Which
Clausen.
means I need to go back and change that.
Oh, okay. Something for you to do. I was like, oh, I got to keep track of all these numbers. That's got to be some kind of clue later on. All right, then. Okay, this is the rest I think on Clausen, I think. Maybe.
Cool.
I'll just finish it out. Captain's log stardate 65475.5. We've been heading towards Gavin 4 at warp 9 for the last 24 hours and are 10 minutes out from the system. I've thoroughly reviewed the data files that Dr. Lopak uploaded regarding the situation on Gavin 4 and briefed my crew. It seems that Dr. Clausen may have taken a step off the deep end. His personal log entries do appear to indicate that he has become obsessed with leveling the playing field, as he put it. It is disturbing to think that a scientist, especially an anthropologist, would interfere in the natural development of culture in clear violation of the Prime Directive.
Despite my levity in the meeting.
Well, let's see here. Oh, a little bit more. So, despite your levity, I have serious concerns over this whole incident. Hopefully, there is no direct involvement of the Klingons or any other outside entities in this contamination. That would open up a whole other problem indeed. Of course, there is this issue of Dr. Clausen's involvement. If he has interfered in this culture in any attempt to help the Takari faction, then I am not sure what we'll do about that. Then again, maybe we are jumping to conclusions, as Mr. Irene said.
Hopefully the answers will be clear soon.
Well, I don't have any good Ferengi voices.
Well, yeah, this is your engineering officer that comes up. Just to give you a hint from the to engage in.
So everybody has a different engine. Okay, mine's a Ferengi, so, alright. Oh, we have to engage our impulse.
Okay, let's just do that.
Yeah, because it may look like we're traveling, but, you know, we're not actually traveling.
Are you doing the full impulse? Yep, there it is.
Yep. Oh, there we go. Captain, we're approaching the outer edge of the Gavin system.
Very well, stand by to drop to impulse.
Okay, there's another pop-up that's come up. Does someone else want to read that?
Uh-oh.
Sure, I'll do it. Captain, we can't be sure there are no outside entities involved. I recommend we enter the system at battle stations.
We don't know what's happening yet. Set yellow alert.
Oh, I didn't get that pop-up. Whoa.
Yes, Captain. Yellow alert. Raise shields and bring weapons to standby.
Elm, take us in.
Oh, there it is. Secured from... Captain, we've secured from warp.
Very well. Plot a wide orbital approach.
Captain.
Okay, well, we're already within communications rate. That was quick.
So, Captain, course plotted for Gavin 4 wide orbit. I recommend we approach the communications range and try to contact the Central Research Facility.
We are within communications range, Captain. Recommend coming to a full stop.
Okay, hail the facility.
Okay. Gavin Research Facility, this is the Adler.
The ship. That's what we usually say.
Oh, good. I was like, how do we all get on my ship?
Ship, this is Dr. Bennett, lead anthropologist of the Gavin 4 Research Facility. Thank goodness you've come.
Well, are you and your people okay?
For the moment, Captain, the situation with Dr. Clausen seems to be getting worse.
Worse? How so?
It would seem that Dr. Clausen has made contact with the local leadership. There has been increased communication between the village near his duck blind and the Takari Central Command. It appears he has already demonstrated a weapon for the local military leaders, and they're calling in some of their leadership to view a demonstration of a strange new weapon by the strange alien.
Okay, you are right. It is getting worse.
So I'm just going to have to do a quick tweet.
You guys are going to have to read whatever is on the screen because I accidentally closed the dialog box and now I've got to transition.
Alright, here we go. I'll do it quickly. Okay. Can you beam down right away? We need to get a hold of the situation quickly.
We're on our way, Doctor. Captain, we've got a lock on the research facility. Then I say energize.
Energize.
Oh, I accept. Hopefully none of you are wearing a red shirt.
Sorry. Accept. There we go. Tweet sent, and now I can return back to my normal programming.
So what do you guys think of the mission so far?
Well, it's got me very curious to find out what's going on. So I want to get down there and see what this guy's up to.
Yeah, there's a bit of a mystery.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, it's pretty obvious what the Dr. Clausen's up to. The question is what happened to kick this whole process into action, and what are you going to do about it as a result?
Well, and that's what I want to find out is, what do we do with the Clausen when we get him? Is he gonna be all crazy and we got to put him down, or is he, it's got my curiosity.
Yeah, that seems to be how the Federation deals with all the problems. If it moves, shoot it.
That's right. We're cowboys.
Welcome, Captain. I hope your visit was under less difficult circumstances.
Thank you. What's the latest on Dr. Clausen?
The Tikari leadership are on their way from Central Command headquarters. The Alfara are also sending their leaders to meet the strange alien as well. This seems strange. Why would two major factions involved in brutal war bring their leadership anywhere near an unknown alien?
Desperate times call for desperate measures.
I see what you mean. Since the Fikara appear to have a major advantage in technology, why not leap at the chance to catch up literally overnight? That would explain why they're so eager to meet with an apparently advanced alien offering them help.
Was there any indication he was planning this?
Nothing obvious. The observation posts around the planet report in once a day. When he failed to report in, we sent Technician Thysil to see if the communications relay from the post was down. Technician Thysil reported that it looked as if the post had been abandoned in a hurry. We immediately notified the Federation Science Directorate.
I'd like to talk to Technician Thysil.
Of course. Technician Thysil is working on the console directly across from me.
Thank you, Doctor.
See, now I'm thinking that it wasn't Dr. Clausen at all. Now I'm thinking that somebody did this and is pinning the blame on him and the Federation.
Ooh. Well, either way, that means that we'll have to shoot someone either way.
That's right. Someone's getting shot. Just.
How may I be of service, Captain?
You found the observation post abandoned?
Yes, Captain. It was very strange. It looked like as if Dr. Clausen was in a hurry when he left.
What makes you think he was in a hurry?
The post computers were up and running as if he left in the middle of monitoring some activity. There was a cup of coffee sitting in the replicator.
Any idea what he might have been monitoring?
No, Captain. I'm sorry, I didn't check the logs. I searched the post and checked the exterior monitors to see if Dr. Clausen was there. I thought maybe he'd stepped outside for some reason. When I couldn't find him, I notified the main facility immediately.
Any signs of a struggle?
No, Captain. I saw no obvious signs of any kind of struggle or altercation. Why would there be a struggle?
Just covering all the bases.
You don't think there could have been some foul play, do you? Dr. Clausen got along with everyone here. I mean, Dr. Clausen and Dr. Jarpak did have some serious debates about the Feltikirian, but it didn't seem hostile.
Where can I find Dr. Jarpak?
He's working on the console on the left side of the platform. I hope you find Dr. Clausen.
Thanks, Technician.
See? Now we gotta shoot this Japark guy, too.
I was up on the top E.
There he is. Alright.
Platform.
Welcome to
Do
the...
one of you guys want to try
Yeah,
this one?
I'll take him. Welcome to the Gavin 4 Main Research Facility, Captain. How may I be of assistance?
Dr. Jarpak, how well did you know Clausen?
I have known of Dr. Clausen for about 10 years, but have only worked with him here for about 5 years. As I am sure Technician Thistle has already told you, Dr. Clausen and I had rather heated debates regarding the Felticarian. It was a simple debate about the path of the Felticari into their future.
She didn't say it was heated.
Oh, really? Well, it was heated at times, at least from Dr. Clausen's perspective. I do not lose my temper.
But Dr. Clausen did.
I would not say it was really a loss of temper as much as it was a passionate, if not a rational belief that the Felticari are on a similar path to that of Earth in their early to mid-20th century. In my opinion, they are closer to annihilation than Earth of that period. Of course, now that the Fikari have a distinct advantage in weaponry, annihilation seems even more likely. They are the more vicious and aggressive faction on Gavin 4. However, there still is hope amongst the Felticari people as a whole. Based on my research, it would appear as though they have faith, as it were.
You mean they found religion?
I suppose you could call it that. It seems they believe more in the ability of themselves rather than an outward supreme entity controlling everything. The core belief is that there is an energy that flows through all living things, and that with practice, that energy can be directed for an individual's own uses. I suppose it is as close to a religious belief as they are likely to get.
Interesting. Did you and he discuss this?
Yes, quite often. How come I get all the long ones? He felt that belief would be the means by which the Felticari survived their technological infancy. I actually agree with him on this. However, the leadership of the Fikara did not share the rest of their species' belief in this energy. They began a campaign 3.5 years before the war began with their society of wiping out any who practiced or supported this belief. Their reasoning, as near as we can tell, is that such beliefs are subversive and contrary to the service of the state. Now, under the auspices of war, they continue to eradicate practitioners and supporters in any conquered country. The casual way with which they eradicate their fellow Felticari is quite disturbing. I believe this disturbed Dr. Clausen even more so.
Sorry, I just need... Interesting. Enough to violate the Prime Directive?
So it would seem. When the technologically superior weapons began showing up in hands of the Fikara, we were all shocked. Based on the similarity of the new weapons to Klingon disruptors, we began a planetary-wide sweep for indication of any alien presence here. We have found nothing out of the ordinary. We determined that it was unlikely that the Klingons were involved, at least directly. Dr. Clausen was still not satisfied that there had been no outside influence.
So you've ruled out Klingon influence?
At least direct influence. If we could examine one of the Fikara weapons, we should be able to determine the origins. Of course, acquiring one of these weapons runs a risk of further contamination.
Depends on how you do it.
You have a plan to extract a weapon without further contaminating the society?
At this point, we are already further contaminating the society, courtesy of Dr. Clausen, so I think stopping him from making the situation worse is our first priority. Once we get that situation under control, we can then try to secure one of the Fikara weapons and see if we can determine the source of the initial contamination. At least, that is the plan for the moment.
That sounds like a logical course of action, Captain. So how do you plan to stop Dr. Clausen?
I'll have to play that one by ear.
Play it by ear? Fascinating.
It's an idiom used on Earth. It means to see what happens and then react based on that outcome. Playing things by ear has always worked out for me in the past. I'll contact the ship and see if they can localize the areas the Fikiri are using the weapons. Maybe we'll catch a break.
Catch a break? I really must study these idioms. They are quite fascinating. Well, I will be standing by to analyze the Fikara weapon once you've secured it.
Thank you, Doctor. I'll brief Dr. Bennett.
So, Captain, did you find out anything you can use? Brief, brief, brief. So, you are going to play it by ear based on what we currently know about Dr. Clausen. Is doing that would probably be best.
We need to localize the original contamination.
We have a location where the weapons are currently apparently being developed by the Fakara. They have a research facility that is not far from a major battlefield. It seems they are limited to a certain range from the facility. Dr. Jarpak and I believe it may be related to the power source of the weapons. I'll give your ship the coordinates of the facility.
That could work to our advantage.
Work to our advantage?
If the weapons are localized because of power restrictions, we may be able to remove the contamination altogether. If we can locate and remove the source of the original contamination, along with the weapons and notes they've developed, we could reverse most of the damage caused by it.
Reverse most of the damage? What about the contamination itself, not to mention that being done by Dr. Clausen?
The Roswell effect.
The Roswell effect? I'm afraid I've never heard of that before.
It's from Earth history, North America, early 20th century. The inhabitants in the southwest region of North America thought that aliens just crash-landed on a farm near a town called Roswell, New Mexico. The government at the time swept in with the military and scooped up the remnants of an apparent failed experiment. With no credible explanation ever given by the government at the time, the conspiracy of cover-up flourished. In absence of facts, people will make it up.
Ah, and so the Feldkari have had the same reaction if we remove all the physical evidence.
Correct. They will only have the mystery.
That could work.
Let's hope so. Bridge, this is the captain.
Yes, Captain.
We're doing some relaying about what we're finding and our plans to deal with the situation, and, pass that on to Dr. Marbles as you go.
Right away, Captain.
Doctor, I need to check out that observation post.
By all means, Captain. The interpost transporter located on the North Pole. Technician Marcus will assist you.
Oh, and we've also got Captain P.F., Dennis and Horient joining us in the channel as well. Welcome.
Hi, guys. So where's that transporter? On the wall.
Vice Admiral, the interpost transporter is ready.
Okay, let's energize. And while we're beaming over there, can we play Bite-Size UGC? Because
yes,
it's back this week. It's back.
Yes, we didn't have it. We didn't have a show 2 weeks ago, and we didn't have another one last week. But we've got one this week, so let's put it on.
Okay. Okay, so I'm just playing the Bite-Size UGC video for everyone on the live stream. Hopefully it's working.
Yep, it's playing.
Gives me a chance to sort out the audio problems as well, because we were having some kind of audio distortion again. But I don't know if it's just me hearing that, or it could be just me hearing that.
I'll ask in the chat room.
All I can say is you type really fast.
It's practice. I don't even, use the proper, quick type method.
Well, I'll let you know. I've had a couple of viewers come and go, but I'll give some shout outs and props. We got someone who stuck around for a while. We got Pat M82. I'll just say hi, Pat. I figured I'd bring my folks along too. So we've got some folks that have come in and out. This is not usually what they see, so they're probably surprised. They're like, what are these other voices? So new for them.
We got a couple of minutes left. I'm still getting some audio distortion. Can I try hanging it up from Skype and then you immediately call me back?
Yeah, I'll call you back. Oops, added the wrong person. Are you back, Electrics?
Yeah, I'm back. It seems to be clearing up the distortion now. And we're about to go live again, so I'm going to put you back on. Hold on. So that was the new Bite-Size UGC, and I saw in the chat room people were surprised that Curse is on it now. So, what did you guys think?
I have to admit I didn't actually watch it on the show, but I always like what the guys do there. Their breakdowns. What mission was it for again?
Mm-hmm.
I can't even remember that.
I can't remember the name of the mission actually. Sorry. Let me just have a look it up. Yes, that was it. Keeping Up with the Jasons by
Cast. Yeah,
which yep, because we played Cusmodian's last mission a couple of weeks ago, and his new mission was one of the ones I wanted to put on our list to play, but since it was so close to our last playthrough, we let Bite-Size show us the breakdown. And now we are on a cave somewhere.
The duck-blind post for anthropological observation of the Celticar. So who wants to take this science officer dialogue?
I will.
Someone else will have to.
The post appears to be fully operational and all post entry points are fully secured.
Acknowledged.
So, Captain, do you really think we can cause this Roswell effect here?
It's worth a shot. I don't like the alternative.
I can't quite put my finger on it, but it just doesn't feel right.
You always feel that way.
That is true, Captain, but how often have I been wrong?
Good point. Let's have a look around. No, I really do like that you've added that sort of personality to the bridge officers.
Mm-hmm. Have you had any reviews about that, mentioning specifically about
yes,
the way the bridge officers talk? Have they been positive or negative? Because I know some people have pretty set ideas on how their bridge officers sound, and I've had reviews like, my bridge officer is a Vulcan and doesn't speak like that.
I've actually had some very positive reviews on the way I give the bridge officers more personality. And the player.
Excellent.
Hmm. Captain, it looks as if Dr. Clausen left in a hurry. There is a coffee cup still in the replicator. It's just as if he ran off and left everything.
Sorry, I was supposed to read that. Captain, perhaps the main computer will have some indication of what Dr. Clausen is up to.
Let's see what we can find.
Anyone?
Ooh, I'll do the doctor. Dr. Jarpak thinks we should leave the Feltakari people to their fate, as he put it. While we've ruled out any direct Klingon interference in this culture, there has to be some sort of contamination that has given the Fikara this technological advantage. It's just not right. These people were so close to their first steps into space. The war was dying down and they were so close to peace. It's just not fair. It doesn't matter how the Fikara got the technology. We can't just sit by while these Fikara murder innocent women and children.
It seems Doc has lost his objectivity.
I think I may have come up with a way to bring the warring factions back to an equal footing. Some of the inhabitants of not far from this observation post hike in the hills south of the town. If I leave one of our weapons along the trail for them to find, that should produce a minimum level of contamination of the society and still give them the ability to reverse engineer the weapon for production of their own version. This would even things out.
This is going to get interesting.
Captain, he can't be serious. This is the most insane line of reasoning I've ever witnessed. I mean, really, this doctor must be mad.
Oh, he's a few bricks shy, all right.
I've been observing the area where the inhabitants of Lusor hike and have picked a perfect place to leave the weapon. I'm going over there tonight and will leave the weapon along the trail for one of them to find. This is very exciting.
That is an interesting word for him to use.
Well, it took 2 days and finally a hiker found the weapon. Of course, I had to practically throw it at him. It was going so well until he picked it up. Somehow managed to set it for maximum and then promptly vaporized himself along with the weapon. It wasn't difficult to get a weapon from the main armory without anyone noticing, but I'm not sure I can do it again so easily. Perhaps I'm going at this the wrong way. Even if they managed to get the weapon to a research lab without killing themselves, it would take time for them to reverse engineer it. Maybe I need a more direct approach. There is a theoretical physics research facility in Lusor. I may be able to find someone there I can initiate contact with.
And now we come to it.
I have made first contact via shortwave communications with a Takari physicist here in the town of Lusor. I don't know, that probably isn't the best town name, but she of course did not believe me when I told her I was not of this world. We are going to meet tomorrow on a ridge not far from the town. I will demonstrate the weapon for her and then help them to develop their own version. The playing field must be leveled regardless of the cost to their society.
Okay, I've heard enough.
Captain, the local tracking sensors are picking up human life signs in the nearby town. He is located inside what appears to be a military facility on the east side of town near the water. There are several Takari in the town between us and the doctor.
Can we beam him out?
Not likely, Captain. It appears there is a local scattering field surrounding the doctor. He is probably using a tricorder to disrupt his biosigns. We can't get a lock on him.
Clever, Doc. We'll have to go get him.
So, weapons on stun, Captain?
Yes, we need to avoid contact as best as we can.
The local area around the post is clear, Captain. The console next to the interpost transporter also controls the entry point.
Let's go.
The door is open. We can secure it with the tricorder once we exit. Author's note, make sure all your away team is completely out of the cave before you lock her up.
Let's find the doctor.
Oh.
Well, now often we've had the author actually read the author's note.
You like that?
That's good. Yeah, that's one thing I have to admit. For all the training that these Starfleet folks have, it's amazing how often they get stuck on doors and whatnot. So, yeah, I think we're clear.
So everyone's out. There we go.
Oh, sorry, I missed that dialogue.
I've sealed the cave, Captain.
Captain, if we circle around to the south of town, we can reach the outskirts close to the military base. There seems to be less Feltakarian activity there. I've marked the entry point on the map.
Sounds like a plan.
So that was pretty cool, the cave that we walked out onto the map. Is that a part of the map, or did you have to add that cave on?
No, I had to add the cave.
And the door to the cave.
Correct. I also set it up so that if the player gets booted from the game and has to come back in, he can still open the door again.
That's good.
I also set it up so that if the player gets booted from the game and has to come back in.
I like the design of this city.
What's that?
I said I like the design of this city. It's, yeah.
That was a warning that pops up if you try to go in the wrong side.
Oh.
Captain.
What happens if you do go on the wrong side?
Nothing, you'll end up fighting your way through civilians.
Civilians. Okay, cool.
This is it, Captain. From here, we should proceed north between these two buildings. I'm detecting some guards around the gate and some inside the compound. We may be able to avoid the guards, Captain.
Okay, how?
There are several crates stacked up against the outside wall. We may be able to use them to scale the wall and enter the compound undetected.
So we're going to do it by the rather security-lax military? Or we're going to go through the front gate and...
Oh, let's be sneaky. Let's do the crates.
Okay. Okay, yeah, we may have to use the rally point, it says, to bring the boss up, but good idea. So, just jump over.
Yep.
Whee.
Looks like the Reman had no trouble getting up there, though.
Yeah, I noticed that. I think that was just something that happened in the Foundry when I was testing.
Yeah, when you test in the editor, there's no pathing information, but after you publish it, that's when they put in the bridge officer AI.
Oh, okay.
Captain, I'm picking up the doctor inside the main building. There are about 10 Tikari inside as well. Should be able to enter through the south door.
I guess this is the south door.
Time to retrieve the doctor then. Oops. Oh.
Looks like they're still talking about the feature episodes in the chat room.